Super Mario Odyssey released nearly 5 years ago this October, ushering in a new generation that gave us a fresh but similar take on 3D platforming games. Mario Odyssey released the same year as the Nintendo Switch, and with all of this talk about the sequel to Breath of the Wild, it seems like no one is talking about the possibility of Super Mario Odyssey 2. Likely because it's hard to tell if Nintendo plans on making a sequel or not, but with how successful the original Odyssey was, it's hard to believe they won't give us a sequel. It's not like Super Mario Odyssey sold so badly that would warrant us not getting a new game. To put it frankly, Super Mario Odyssey sold really well. Since the recording of this video, it sold 23 million copies, which is nothing short of remarkable. For comparison, Breath of the Wild sold 25 million copies, so it's not really that far off. And with Breath of the Wild already getting a sequel confirmed for this year, all eyes are on a Mario Odyssey sequel. Hey everyone, Wes here, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to start off by tackling the main part of this video. Are we getting a sequel to Super Mario Odyssey, and if so, what can Nintendo do to redefine the 3D Mario games? I think the question can be solved quite easily, and that's by taking a look at the natural progression of most linear game franchises. What is the one common theme we see for Switch games like Breath of the Wild, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Bowser's Fury, and now Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? That theme is open worlds. After playing Super Mario Odyssey and Bowser's Fury, the expansion from 3D World, I think the next step for Odyssey, or just the next Mario game in general, is a fully open world game similar to Bowser's Fury. I firmly believe that Bowser's Fury was sort of a beta test to see if an open world Mario game could even work, as well as resonate with players, which it did flawlessly. Furthermore, the exploration showcased in Bowser's Fury left me wanting more. Figuring out the best way to platform up a building or navigate new terrain really made me fall in love with that new style of gameplay, and I think we both know that Nintendo knows that. So let's say Nintendo has given the green light and development has been underway for Super Mario Odyssey 2. The question now remains is, when should we expect a release date? The short answer is you shouldn't yet, and that is due to a few factors. For one, we don't even know if Mario Odyssey 2 is even being entertained by Nintendo. It could go down in history like other 3D Mario games and only release as a singular game. There's also the fact that even if we do get another game, we won't get any news for a while. According to a report Nintendo Life was told by an independent and quote very trusted source that Nintendo EPD, the developers of Super Mario Odyssey, is allegedly developing a 2D/2.5D Donkey Kong game. This report also claims that Nintendo has brought the development of Donkey Kong games back in-house, which does not bode well for an Odyssey sequel. So even if Nintendo did give the green light for Mario Odyssey 2, we could still be a few years out from its release, as Nintendo EPD's focus for the last 5 years has likely been on the Donkey Kong game. Now, another possible scenario that I think is worth exploring is if a full-fledged sequel is out of the question for Super Mario Odyssey. One thing I could see Nintendo possibly entertaining is a DLC expansion. Now, if this was 2 years ago, I'd be sounding crazy right now, but Nintendo has proven time and time again that they're not the Nintendo of old, and essentially anything is possible. Especially after the announcement of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, a 5-year-old port of an 8-year-old game getting tons of new DLC courses, I think an expansion for Super Mario Odyssey should be on the table. If we take a look at every mainline game that's released on the Nintendo Switch in the past 5 years, we see most of them feature some sort of paid DLC. Splatoon 2 had the Octo expansion, Breath of the Wild had 2 paid DLC, the Super Mario Party got a DLC that featured online years after the release of the game. Either way, I do not think Nintendo is done with the Odyssey just yet, which is a perfect transition into the next part of this video. Last year, we got a leak of a mysterious graphic which detailed information about Super Mario Odyssey 2 according to a user on Twitter, Bulbasaur. They showcased a leak from a website called B4K that featured details regarding the possible sequel, which is titled The Second Act, which in my opinion sounds like a perfect name for a DLC expansion, but that's neither here nor there. The description of the graphic states this: explore even more bizarre and beautiful landscapes as you discover, capture, and control new enemies. Join forces with new and old familiar friends as you battle against Bowser and his loyal Goombas. The second act details are as follows: Mario and Cappy head off on another adventure, but this time with Luigi, and alongside Cappy's best friend Bowler has also decided to join the party. Playing with a new friend is even more fun with new interactions between Cappy, creature, or enemy you can capture and control. Take off on the newly remodeled Odyssey to explore new corners of the universe, paint to customize and upgrade your Odyssey as you progress. Cappy isn't the only sidekick that will help you along your quest. Yoshi and others join your party. 20 distinct locations are filled with hundreds of new puzzles, creatures, enemies, hundreds of new side quests that offer up over 100 hours of additional gameplay. Obviously, with all leaks and rumors, take this one with a grain of salt. It could happen, it might just be fake. It's hard to determine, but I wanted to cover it regardless. With Mario Day right around the corner on March 10th, the possibility of an announcement or teaser for Nintendo's next Mario adventure is extremely high. Nintendo has already started the celebration discounting popular Mario games, so the hype might only just be starting. There's also the rumor that Mario Day will give us the first glimpse at the upcoming Mario film starring Chris Pratt that will be premiering this year on December 21st, 2022. So what better way to promote the Mario movie than giving us a sequel or DLC expansion to one of the best-selling games on the Nintendo Switch. Now, there's also the reality that we might not see another 3D Mario game until the upgraded Nintendo Switch console. The rumored Nintendo Switch Pro or Nintendo Switch 2 will be featuring NVIDIA's DLSS or Deep Learning Super Sampling. It was actually just recently leaked during the NVIDIA leak that happened last week, where the NVN API or Nintendo's API was found in the DLSS leak. Either way, the next Nintendo Switch featuring DLSS will be game-changing tech that will help make it possible to develop a fully open world 3D Mario game. If we take a look at how Bowser's Fury performed on the Nintendo Switch, it definitely had its shortcomings, which is why I think it makes even more sense for them to wait on an open world game until the Nintendo Switch's predecessor. But only time will tell. If the rumor that the Mario Odyssey team is also developing a Donkey Kong game, then I think the possibilities of a Super Mario Odyssey 2 are less likely. But then again, it might not have taken them all 5 years to develop the Donkey Kong game, and they could be co-developing not only a new Donkey Kong game, but also Super Mario Odyssey 2, or at the very least a DLC expansion. But yeah, guys, that is going to wrap it up with this video. Do you guys think that we will see a Super Mario Odyssey sequel or expansion? Let me know in the comment section. As always, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, press the like button, subscribe to my channel with your notifications turned on, and don't forget to check back on the channel tomorrow for more videos like this one. Until next time, this has been your boy Wes, and I will talk to you guys again soon.